Alex Ortega, VP Sales. We're here today at 2015 SEMA at the Flowmaster booth, and today we're going to talk about the different family of mufflers we have to offer. So we're going to start off with our aggressive sounding mufflers, everything from our Outlaw Race muffler down to our 40 series Delta Flow. And basically, Flowmaster is at times received in a manner where people perceive us as the aggressive muffler or performance muffler manufacturer. And to a certain extent that is the case. However, I'm going to show you today all the different family of mufflers and how they differentiate between one another. We're going to start off today with our Outlaw Race muffler, which is a very aggressive and noticeable muffler not only outside of the vehicle but also inside the cab. What I would recommend to most consumers is to not run this muffler unless they're willing to accept the interior drone level and the interior resonance level. Very noticeable. It's originally a race muffler that we used on race applications that are required to run a muffler without a specific dB level. So that'll tell you the level of sound it produces. It represents as a muffler very open, free-flowing. And the inner rings that you see here will provide a little bit of sound attenuation, just enough to take the bite out of the exterior sound, but overall, very aggressive. As we move down the chart, we're going into our Super 10 one-chamber muffler. The Super 10 one-chamber muffler is also very aggressive. It's very popular. It actually was born through our race mufflers, the Delta Force race mufflers. And again, the body of the muffler, very small, very stout, 6 inches and some change in height and about only 4 inches in thickness. Very noticeable. Something that I like to recommend to most customers that have purchased a two-chamber design but yet it didn't meet their level or their desire of sound, so they want to go a step up. And this would be a great option. Available for V8 domestic applications, some import applications as well, but again, very noticeable. Available only in stainless steel, which is a 409 grade stainless with a lifetime warranty. Moving forward, we've got our famous two-chamber 40 series muffler. This is very aggressive, very noticeable as well. However, it's one of those mufflers that is widely available for not only muscle cars, but also trucks. And what I like about this muffler is that it has a very distinguishable sound. This is actually the muffler that put Flowmaster on the map back in the early 80s when the Fox body hit the scene. This was the muffler that really made that famous combination of a Flowmaster muffler two-chamber 40 series on a Fox body 5.0. Sweetest sound ever, in my opinion. Moving forward, we've got a newer version of our two-chamber designs, the Super 44. Very popular. It's a redesign of the original two-chamber 40 series. What I like about this muffler, honestly, is the fact that it performs better. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. It's nothing that you would notice on the track or on the street. It's something you would notice on a dyno. But what's most important about this muffler is that refined tone. It has a new school twist. A little bassier, a little throatier, but yet not as harsh inside the cab. Moving forward over to our Super 40. This is another unique two-chamber design, like the 40 series and like the Super 44. However, it features a thicker size case. What's unique about this muffler is that it could handle higher output applications. So if you've got a 400 or a 450, 500 horsepower application, and you want something that's going to be able to handle that output of that early era muscle car or that late model muscle car, this is the way to go. Also available for trucks, and because of the bigger size case, it does generate a deeper and bassier tone. Now moving forward down the scale, we're going to go into our 40 series Delta Flow. Another great design from Flowmaster. It features the 3 deflector internal construction for additional sound cancellation and additional scavenging effect. Performs well. This muffler at times gets a little bit lost simply because it's stuck between the aggressive mufflers and the moderate sounding mufflers. A great unit. It's been around since the early 2000s. Personally, one of my favorites. Available also in stainless and aluminized. Popular unit. Personally, I feel that this muffler could be recommended for those guys that are looking for a little bit of that Flowmaster two-chamber sound, but nothing too wild. So let's move forward over to our 80 series Crossflow design. The 80 series Crossflow design is a transverse style muffler. Basically, the inlet port and the outlet port are on the same side, as you can see here. And basically, the inlet port enables the exhaust flow and exhaust pulses and the sound waves to come through, but it evacuates it through 2 outlet ports. Famously known for being utilized on the Camaros and Firebirds. Again, inlet port comes in, dual outlets go out. Aggressive, noticeable, smaller body, 4 inches thick by 9 3/4 wide by about 17 inches in case length. Very noticeable. As we move forward down the line, we're going to go into our moderate sounding mufflers. Now this guy here is the 50 series heavy duty. As you can see here, it features a 4-inch internal tuning chamber, much larger, much beefier, much bigger. And the reason why we did that is because it could handle the output of a Hemi pickup, it could handle the output of a higher horsepower application, truck application, and also diesel trucks. Very noticeable in terms of exterior sound. Interior wise, you can hear it, but it's not going to be unpleasant to the point where you can't hear your radio or carry on a conversation with a passenger inside the vehicle. Again, available in aluminized and stainless steel. Now moving forward into our laminar flow designs, this is a very unique design, different in its own way, completely different from the chamber design mufflers, whether it's a 1-chamber or 2-chamber. What's nice about this muffler is that it features a ceramic blanket outside of the inner core, which keeps the shell of the muffler cool. And that's key, because if you're running this muffler in a tight area where you have very limited space, it actually helps maintain the coolness, and it won't overheat the floorboard or any nearby components underneath the vehicle. This muffler here, the DBX series, what we did is we made it available in 2-inch, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, all the way up to 3-inch. Now what's unique about this muffler is that it's 304 grade stainless, so it can be polished, you can get that nice mirror finish. A lot of the sport compact guys like to run this muffler, your typical WRX guys, some of your Evo guys, some of your Civic guys. I mean, it's a really unique tone, and what I love about this muffler is that it doesn't have that high-pitched bumblebee sound, and that's something most fanatics are not into. Some of you may be, but it's not going to get you there. Moving forward, we've got our Super HP2, also another laminar flow design. But what makes this muffler unique is that it caters to the hot rodders, the old school era guys that are running the old school Chevys, old school Fords, your Willys guys. Again, a very slim and cylindrical design. Again, it has the ceramic blanket, so it keeps the shell of the muffler cool. It's available in 304 grade stainless, also in 409 stainless. A very unique tone. It has an old school muscle car or old school hot rod type of sound without the popping or cracking or the nasty rap that your typical glass pack would produce. One of my personal favorites when it comes to hot rods. Moving forward, we've got our Pro Series. This is another laminar flow design. Available in larger diameters, larger sizes, from 3-inch all the way up to 5-inch. And we did that purposely because we wanted to cater to the community of the diesel guys. And those guys, when it comes to high performance, they want something that's going to create a little bit more less of a turbo spool, reduce that turbo spool, and most importantly, create more of a deeper and bassier note. One of my personal favorites as well. Again, deeper, hollower tone, not high pitched, not raspy, and it doesn't have that nasty bumblebee tone that everybody hears on the street every day. So very unique in its own way. Moving forward into the Delta 50, our 50 series Delta Flow. This is probably one of the most popular 3-chamber mufflers. And basically, if you take this whole chamber out of the picture, you've got a 2-chamber muffler. So what we did here is we incorporated the tuning chamber in order to reduce the interior drone level. And that's key for some customers because they like to hear the exterior sound, but not so much the interior resonance. And we also extended the case length, so we made it 17 inches in case length versus your typical 2-chamber 13-inch case length. One of my personal favorites, available in stainless steel and also in aluminized steel. Moving forward, we've got our 60 series Delta Flow. This muffler here is designed for sport compact domestic and import applications. It features a 5x10-inch case, so 5 inches in thickness, 10 inches in width. Smaller pipe diameters, so you're only going to find this in a max size of 2 1/4, nothing beyond that. Only available in aluminized steel. What I like about this muffler the most is that it doesn't have packing material inside of it. Nothing to burn out. It's strictly a chambered muffler. So the same sound you get in the beginning will be the same sound in the end. So it's never going to get louder, higher pitched, raspier, which is key when it comes to those sport compact 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder applications. Moving forward over into our Super 50 lineup. This muffler here is also a 3-chamber muffler. Think of it as a 50 series Delta Flow, but with a thicker size case. So it's 5x10 by 17 inches in case length, available in various configurations, available in stainless steel and aluminized steel. What's important here is if you have a family with you or if you have a significant other with you and you want to get the performance aspect out of the vehicle but not so much sound, this would be the perfect option to consider because it really does create a nice deep level type of hum without the interior drone inside the cab. And it's important. It's important to have that because you want to be able to carry on a conversation with passengers inside the vehicle. Moving forward to our 70 series big block, this muffler here is designed for the guy that's using his truck or his heavy-duty towing application as a towing vehicle, as a workhorse. So if you're towing a trailer, if you're towing your livestock, if you're towing, you know, your hot rod behind you, whatever it may be, this is the key muffler to go with, because when it's under load, it's going to perform and it's going to give you that low-end torque you need without the interior resonance. A much larger unit, so it measures 22 inches in case length, larger tuning chamber. It's got the power chamber for the scavenging effect, so it's still going to give you the performance advantages, but not the noise, and that's what's key. It's slightly louder than the stock system or the stock muffler. Here what we have is our 50 series big block, which is one of the quietest mufflers you'll find out in the marketplace in terms of performance mufflers. Performs extremely well, delivers the additional horsepower and torque you need. However, it's not going to be any louder than the stock setup. As you can see here, it features a larger size case, a little wider, also a little thicker, long as the 70 series, but yet it's got a larger tuning chamber, and it just generates all the performance you need without that additional racket. So if you've got an RV, if you've got a 1-ton pickup, or if you've got any type of workhorse and you're just looking for performance advantages with no noise, this is the right option to go with. So there you have it, folks, the family of mufflers from Flowmaster, all available through summitracing.com. Again, Flowmaster offers a variety of sounds and different flavors for everyone. Keep in mind, Flowmaster doesn't just make aggressive sounding mufflers. However, we do offer a little bit of something for everyone. And visit us at summitracing.com for more information and details.